Good day all, welcome back to Cruisin Classics YouTube channel. Today we have for you a 2002 Chevrolet Corvette Z06 model. This is the bad boy, the one with all the horsepower, 405 factory rated horsepower to be exact. This one comes to us dressed in a gleaming torch red paint job and looking mighty fine. This car has just under 50,000 miles. I believe it's 48 and change, and sure looks like a low mileage car. To be honest with you, when we've looked at it, I could say with all certainty that it looks more like a 25,000 mile car. Obviously garage kept, very well cared for, and as you can see up on the front, there are little tiny chips every here and there, but it really just looks like an undriven, babied, pampered car. Front, you can see you've got air intakes, turn signals. The last generation of Corvette with the pop-up headlights, those went away after 2004 when they went to the C6s. So C5 was the last gen to have those. As we cruise around to the side of the car, you can see it's got that sleek Corvette look, nice rounded styling. Wheel and tire treatment, we've got argent gray, factory split 5-spoke aluminum wheels wrapped in Toyo tires. All four corners have ABS brakes, and they are all with discs and red calipers. Great big rotors on there, you can see them. Like all Corvettes, we've got the front fender side scoop, and this one has that really nice body side molding that comes from it and goes back to the end of the door. And we've got a nice Z06 badge telling you about the horsepower rating right there. Both sides of the car feature body color side mirrors. Down at the rear here, just ahead of the rear tire, is a working duct for venting the brakes, for cooling them down, because they're expecting you're going to drive the heck out of this thing. You can see here this is a hard top, so not removable, no Targa, no T-tops, no convertible, just a hard top coupe. And again, we can see here, nice looking rear tires. Just a sporty overall appearance. Back in the back, the iconic rounded Corvette taillights, another cross flag emblem, and down below you can see these really nice chrome exhaust tips. The exhaust on this car is Borla, and it actually goes from headers back to a Borla exhaust and has a wonderful rumble I'll share with you in a little bit. We're going to use the key fob now to open up the trunk. And in the trunk, nice carpeted black, plenty of space for a Corvette. You can see here we've got a fitted car cover for it, and down here we have the tire inflator kit from GM. And there's a little nook over there, there's a little nook over here with some hold downs in it. A lot of storage for a two-seater sports car, to be sure. Whoops, there we go. As we come around to the side, you'll see passenger side, same as the driver's, looking great. No imperfections, nothing really stands out other than the fact that it is one slick red Corvette. You can see that nice interior. We'll get to that in a few minutes. What I'm going to do now is reach inside the driver's door and pop this hood. And like all Corvettes, nice light hood. Of course, it's fiberglass. And here it is, an LS6 405 horsepower V8. It's a very, very factory stock engine. The only exception being, I think you can see them down there, the headers that have been put on it. It looks like perhaps the alternator might have been replaced at one time. Since the car was new, everything else up here just looks stock. Nice and clean, as one would expect for a car of this age and mileage. Pop-up headlights work just as they should. I'm going to go ahead and shut the hood. Now, entering into the driver's door, you'll see an interior that looks like brand new. Hardly used at all, especially the driver's seat, which is always a tell on these. Look at what good condition it's in. Look at the bolster here. The smallest amount of wear. It is in exceptionally good condition. Center console, usually you'll have elbow wear. There is none. Over here on the driver's door, same thing. Nice, clean, crisp looking, just as it should be. Driver's door's got a lot of controls on it. Power windows, power locks, power mirrors, and seat memory, as well as one of the speakers for the Bose stereo system in there. Got a nice door threshold plate. And I'm going to check out these comfortable seats. Oh, that's nice. Tons of room in here for a two-seater car. Easy layout. Everything is nice and easy to get to, just within arm's reach. You can see over on the passenger door, it has window controls and locks and another Bose speaker. A grab handle up on the dash for when things get a little too exciting for the passenger. The passenger does have a lock and glove box, and in it you'll find the original Z06 owner's manual and paraphernalia that came with the car. And there's also in here a switch for the passenger side airbag. Padded dash is in excellent condition, no cracks, no warping. It looks great. And the visors up above both have lighted vanity mirrors, and the rear view mirror has map lights. You can see right there. Moving back down to the driver's point of view, the driver is given a leather wrapped steering wheel, 4-spoke. Center has the cross flags emblem in it, and behind that is an airbag that you hope you'll never have to use. It has a nice gauge cluster, 200 mile-an-hour speedometer. The usual suspects up here: attack, battery, oil, water, fuel. And this particular model also has a heads-up display. So once we start it, up on the windshield, right about there is where the heads-up display will appear. It's really nice to not have to look down at the pod. You can just see it while you're driving. And the display that pops up on the windshield has the fuel gauge, the speedometer, and tachometer. So the most integral items are given to you. You'll see it does have a trip computer, and right there it'll tell you your gas mileage for the trip, miles traveled, etc. Just off of the steering wheel on the tilt column, you'll find the switch for intermittent wipers on the right, and on the left, one for your lights that also doubles as cruise control. You'll see down on the lower portion of the dash there's a little button for the trunk, and you'll see there's some controls for the display. Moving over to the center, we have a really nice stereo. They put these in all the C5s. AM, FM, CD, Bose speakers. Sounds really nice, easy to use. Beneath it, a dual zone climate control center. You'll see there's driver and passenger side. So if somebody's cold and somebody else is warm, you can try and adjust it. Air conditioning blows icy cold. Heat works out of all the vents and blows nice and hot. As you travel on down, this is one of the last models of cars you could get that still had one of these. That's right, it's an ashtray. You don't see those in modern cars anymore, and this was right about the death of putting cars in ashtrays in cars time period here. It does have a little flip-up cup holder for one beverage. And you'll see here, this is the 6-speed shifter for the M12 transmission that was exclusive to these Z06s. And this is a short throw shifter put in by a previous owner. That same owner also put on the headers, the Borla exhaust, and added a tune to the car that gives it a little bit more horsepower. How much we don't know, but it is spunky to drive, I'll tell you that. You can see you got a leather shift boot. There's a button here for the active handling system, so you can turn it on and off, as well as an off switch for the passenger side airbag. If you turn it off here, you've got to turn it back on in the little switch that we looked at in the glove box over on the passenger side. There is a lockable, I was trying to show you the lock mechanism, it's right there for the center console. It's shallow, but it's effective. And in there's a charging port, the door for the fuel, and that's really about it. You see here that the e-brake handle's right here on the console. The headliner is done in cloth. It's nice, tight, and perfect. And in the back, a nice size cargo area with a stitched cross flag Z06 405 horsepower logo right there in the back. And plenty of room to throw a couple suitcases and still have room in the trunk. Now for my favorite part, we're going to fire this car up. Clutch in, no gas. Oh yeah, I love that sound. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn the lights on. You'll see the headlights pop up just as they should. Boom, right there you go. And right back down. It's too light for the heads-up display to show up right now on the dash, but it will as soon as it gets dark. Even at 2,000 RPMs, the sound is spectacular out of that Borla exhaust. And you can see here all the gauges work, tach works. Can't tell the speedometer works, but I can tell you that it does. And then over here, the radio. Works just as it should. And the heating and cooling system. Let's see here. Air conditioning. Off, you can hear it kick on. And nice cold air kicking out. Very easy to use. I'm going to hop outside so you can give this car a listen. These Z06s were exceptionally fast. They could do 0 to 60 in just over 4 seconds flat. Quarter-mile times in the low 12s. So you can take this car to the track right off the factory assembly line. Wonderful sound coming through those pipes. And the more you push on the accelerator, the more aggressive it gets. Folks, this is one heck of a deal for the money. Where are you going to find a car that goes 0 to 60 in 4 seconds, offers this kind of creature comforts, looks this good? It is a deal. This is a 2002 Chevy Corvette Z06, and we have it here at Cruisin Classics in Columbus, Ohio. You can reach us at 614-276-7355. We're happy to answer any of your questions. We can help you with financing. We can help you with transport to get it delivered to you wherever you are in the United States or even the world. Give us a call. Again, any questions? 614-276-7355. We're Cruisin Classics, and we'll be back to see you tomorrow with something else cool. Thanks for joining us.